All right, we are back. Minnesota Football Show here at the U of M practice fields by the Bell Center, St. Paul, Minnesota, USA. My name is Eric Silva-Brenneman, here with some different folks this time. So we've got Jessica Adame, who is a player and also a coach now. And we have Andréa. I know Frank is in there. Help me out. Carroll-Franck. I was so close. And both of you are heavily involved in the program. Andréa, you're actually coaching the opposing team right now. Oh, I'm supposed to show the empowerment T-shirt, right? There it is. I'll put it out here. So let's start there. Maybe we'll use the empowerment shirt. Can we hold it up? Yeah. There it is. So between Monarch FC and Andréa, your U of M women's team that's playing right now, how does this word empowerment kind of fit in? Whoever, you guys can both take it.
Do you want to start?
You can go first. Yeah.
So, again, my name's Andréa Carroll-Franck. Thank you so much for having us. So one of the things that we really focus on at Monarch is creating spaces for young women to play, girls to play, just sort of get involved in the game, looking at higher levels and really creating access points for people to just say, hey, if you're interested in playing at a different level, here's where it is. A big piece of that is really empowerment, right? How are we creating spaces that are with young people, that are for young people, that are for, like women who don't look like me, right? Who aren't like white little girls who are playing soccer. So we're really trying to build systems and spaces where people can come together, build community, play with each other, and really kind of get together through the shared language and love of the game.
I mean, I don't know really how to tackle that after that was really awesome. But yeah, just reiterating what she's saying, like, the word empowerment is like, how do we create that space for girls of color to come and not feel intimidated or, not having the same levels as the experienced girls who play club year round, and have the money, the financials to actually play for that. So we have the space that's free for them so that they can just come and enjoy the game. Yeah.
That's huge. We've talked about that with some of our other guests in the other segments we've done about just the barriers to access.
Yep.
From, whether it's men's, women's. There was a great article that just came out today about the, I don't want to get too off track, but it was the men's national team and how they're obviously ignoring Latino talent, and it's showing, and a lot of it is pay to play, and we can get into that whole thing, but it all kind of wraps into the same kind of bad, unfortunate present, as it were. Let me ask you both a little bit about yourselves as players. What led you to football, to the beautiful game? What's your preferred position? Or as a coach, maybe you can give us some tactical information. What do you like to see as coaches? Jessica, let's start with you this time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was born and raised in California. Played since I was 6 years old. Yeah. Played in recreational, then I did club. But it wasn't as expensive as it was here in Minnesota, which I just learned when I moved to Minnesota. But I got recruited by St. Kate's, which is in St. Paul, Minnesota. Yep. I played a goalkeeper since I was in high school. Started my junior and senior year of college. It was awesome. We led the team to its first playoff championship game at St. Kate's. So that was like first ever history. And then I was working at Humboldt High as a mentoring program for the Sana Foundation. And so from there, I met the coaches that were working at Humboldt for the girls. And they asked me if I wanted to coach. And I was just like, heck yeah, I do. Like, that was my way of still playing, even though I wasn't like a part of like the soccer team. And it's been my second year with Humboldt High. And it's been definitely different from college ball. Culture is kind of a barrier over there because with girls, the majority are Karen girls. So a lot of the parents are very supportive of them playing soccer. So it's really just like trying to, pull them in and trying to like really play more because they want to play. It's just they have things at home that they need to worry about because, taking care of their siblings, cleaning the house, just simple things that like in my background as a Latina, like it's the same thing. So it's just a different culture, But I mean, they all love playing, and they all just want to be there and be a part of like something bigger than themselves. And I think that's what really gravitates them towards soccer. Yeah.
Well said.
Yep.
Yeah, so I am from the cities as well. I'm from St. Paul. My dad is Belgian, and he actually was he's an African-born Belgian. So he was born and raised in Burundi. So like soccer is a part of like everything that we do. I think, gosh, I'm trying to think. I really should know this. So I lived overseas for a very short period of time when I was wee. We came back here when I was 5 and was like slid right into like the local rec association, discovered that I liked it. I also was athletic, so I think that's helpful sometimes. Had the privilege to play for the Blackhawks club, and then just really never stopped. I played at the University of Minnesota in Morris many, many moons ago. And I actually started coaching as a young person. So I started coaching when I was 14 for my local like rec association, right? Because again, you're in high school, you're like, I need a job. Like, this is fun. Heck yeah, I want to keep playing. And never stopped. I started actually sort of more formally coaching with what was then known as Minnesota Thunder Plus. So it was kind of the nonprofit spinoff of the Thunder at that time. Had an awesome opportunity just kind of being in shared office spaces to just get to know players and other coaches. And I mean, women coaches are still relatively rare, but at that time, like, there just weren't a lot of women. So it was really important for me to continue to play. I started working with Mary, and everything that we were doing was about creating spaces just for women all over the place to play, right? I think especially in St. Paul, I think there are there are other clubs, but Blackhawks is the biggest club. It tends to pull from a certain group of players, and there are all of these other girls out there that want to play. So have loved to see like communities from all over the place where we're out on the street playing, like we're in the fields playing, and can we create some shared spaces, right? I think places where also you have players that come from more privileged backgrounds that tend to be white, they don't know that there's like incredible talent that exists in other communities. And I would also argue that sometimes club players or sort of institutionalized players can be really structured. So one of the things that I love is getting shared folks together so that you can see creativity, right? And people are dangled. I mean, so my team right now is the U of M club team right here, and they were like, they're tricky. I was like, yeah, like they are, right? There's just a different sense of creativity and playing and like doing stuff that you don't expect. And so I love really bringing those two kind of styles of soccer together. And it's also just like super fun. It's like, hey, you play, I play too. Like we can communicate through that language. And that's really my favorite part.
You kind of answered this, but maybe we can elaborate a little bit. So compared to, we just said the Blackhawks, but a team that's more established, that does have a more solid financial foot, let's say, how do you get women of color those same opportunities? Or we can even talk about scouting too, right? How do you get a scout to come to a Monarch match versus a Blackhawk match?
I think you could answer this way better than me.
Honestly, a lot has been about building our identity as coaches, like Mary and I building the identity of Monarch and kind of the brand presence. We've been in the game for a minute, and there are more and more, I think, younger coaches. Jess is a great example. Jen Lyric with Like a Girl, like we're we met all these other coaches through the game, and they're like, oh, we coach over here, oh, we run this organization, like establishing relationships with other college coaches. So we're really all about collaborations and community partnerships so that we can host spaces. It's actually one of the reasons. So I also coach with Minneapolis United, and one of the reasons why I was really excited about having this opportunity at the U of M was to have access to all the facilities. So if everything that I can do is keeping in mind, am I creating space for my team to learn and grow and also have access to these spaces, I can come out, I can say, hey, like, let's do this. Let's find people. Hey, do you have any friends? Exactly, right? Like, hey, bring your friends. Let's play. Like, let's have opportunities for players to come and at both levels of the game and learn and play. Mary has been... So Mary Casper, right, she coaches at Washington, but she also works in the district, and we have built a partnership with the district, so we have access to gym space. Everything that we have done is like, hey, we will tutor your your young people if we can use your community center for free. You know, it's really been about like a shared community. We all are trying to do this. We all want to play. So if we can do this together sort of with community, I think it speaks to our brand and our identity, but also just like what we're trying to do in the world.
Nice. I love that. It's kind of got that very kind of punk rock attitude where you got to build it from nothing, right? DIY, and then find the little in connections to make it grow. It's nice. Well, we're starting to lose light. It's not that late, viewers, if you're looking from or watching from Europe or elsewhere. It's just that this is Minnesota in October. Is there anything else you two would like to add? Jessica, anything?
No, I mean, I think the only thing would be that, Monarch is just really trying to capture a strong community within young females, and just really, like she mentioned, like we all have had experience either playing in college, or just since we've been growing up. So we really just want to give that opportunity to the girls under us, and so that they have the same experience, because soccer is just like, it's like a shared language that everyone can, be together with. And so we just want to create that for, future leaders.
Yeah, and I would just invite everyone, follow us on Facebook at Monarch FC. We also have an Instagram. If you search Monarch FC, we've got a Twitter account. We've got a website coming out soon. We're currently in the process of getting ready for our futsal this winter, so we'll have a couple of nights of futsal. We also do a co-ed futsal tournament, a women's futsal tournament. So if you're interested at all, please reach out. We would love to have you. We are very, very inclusive of everybody. We're willing to have conversations and invite everybody to come play, right? If you want to come play, you belong with Monarch, and we would love to have you.
Awesome.
Well said. Jessica, Andrea, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I know you have to get back to coaching duty, so I will let you go. We really appreciate you. Thank you, viewers, for watching. We have one more installment of these small interviews and photo shoots to do for Football People Week through Fair. That's going to happen tomorrow, and stay tuned for that. Eric signing off.